Hello and a good morning, good afternoon and a very good evening to you, the good and wonderful people of YouTube. Hope all day, happy and grand and always well in your world. As you can hear, I don't have much of a voice and that's because of a cold that I'm going through at this point in time. Now you won't see this video till June. I'm actually filming this in April. So I hope I'm better by this time. If not, I'm going to be a bit worried. Anyway, my voice aside, today, people of YouTube, we are talking about the Bin Tysco Baritone. Look at the size of that headstock, man. It blows me away every time I see it. The Bin Tysco Part 2. And he said Mark 2. I'm not in the right frame of mind. Anyway, we're going to get on with this today. So, I have some parts that I need to fit to this today. And in theory, and it's only in theory at this point in time, this should be strung up and making noise by the end of this video. Now, I'm not going to do a big review on it or anything like that in this video, just because I'm going to say that, you know, if I get strings on this thing, because the neck is humongous. I mean, just to give you an idea, look at this F chord. Look at the stretch you have to do to get an F. This is bass. This is a bass. Long scale guitar? I don't think so. It's a bass guitar, this is. Anyway, it's going to be fun when it's finished, regardless. It's insane! Anyway, like I said, I want to live with it for a while, get used to it, and also let it settle as well before we kind of go anywhere else. I don't know why I'm looking over there. The camera's actually over there. I think it's because I'm used to looking on the left now. I know why. Anyway, so let me show you some of the bits that I've got to fit to this today, and also some of my ideas that I've been kind of going through over the last couple of weeks to try and figure out what's the best course of action with this thing to get it to work. So yeah, let me show you some of these bits and pieces. Okie dokie, people tube. So, the tremolo, bridge thing this came with was this thing. And I say, we're not using that, that's just no. My initial thought was to go kind of like stop tail, like a Les Paul. So kind of like this, you know. But I found out very quickly that the break angle from the tailpiece to the bridge was not going to be enough to keep the strings in the saddles. They were just, it wouldn't work. It just wouldn't work. So that was a no-no. So that was option two out the window. Another thing I had an idea of is having a tailpiece like this and having a bridge, but as you can see, this is the smallest tailpiece they had, and again, not enough string break angle, so that was out of the question. And then I thought of these. Now basically what it is, it's a cut down Telecaster bridge, so all you have are the saddle portion of the Telecaster bridge, and that is what's known as perfect, I believe. That is just, this should work. I have checked the scale length with a ruler, so I've measured it for, you know, nut to 12th fret to here, and that butted up against this metal plate here should be about right for intonation. I think the intonation on this thing is always going to be a bit squiffy, but it should be all right. My only worry now is, am I going to be able to get these saddles high enough to get over the neck? Because that's the next thing that really worries me. Because obviously this neck sits up really high there. So at this point in time, I'm not sure if that's going to work either. It looks the best. It definitely will be the easiest. It's it's top loading as well, so I don't have to worry about drilling holes through the body or this, that, and the other to get strings through. It's top loading bridge. But like I say, my worry is, can I actually get the strings on the saddles high enough to get over the neck? I don't know, POTT. This guitar has been a bit of a nightmare. Tysco's are normally fairly easy if they have their original parts to fix. When they don't have their original parts, trying to source bits that work on them is very difficult, I find. Anyway, we're going to try this today. I'm not going to drill any holes or anything like that. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put strings through here and also to get the alignment of where this needs to be. There's no center line on this body because it's not technically, it's plywood. So there's no center line, and I'm not clever enough to figure out where the center line would be on this thing. In all fairness, even if I found a center line, I don't think I would trust it on a tie scope because nothing's ever centered on these things. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put both E strings in, so low E and high E, put them up the top of the headstock into the nut, and basically see where this needs to be, and also see if we've got enough height adjustment on these to get the strings above the neck so it'll actually play. I am skeptical. I'm like 50-50 this will work. But there is more of me leaning towards the fact of it's not going to, and something's like I'm going to have to like somehow put this bridge on like a piece of wood and like put it higher, like get like a bit of wood and then screw it into that bit of wood and then down into the body just to get it higher. I don't know. We'll see, people with tube. One thing I'm going to do really quick, apart from struggle to speak, is I'm just going to wind these saddles all the way up. There's quite a lot of adjustment on the screws, so hopefully we should be all right. But I just want to make sure. By the way, this is a Wilkinson bridge. Looks really cool. It's got brass saddles. Looks very, very nice. And again, it fits with the aesthetic of the guitar. So, they're not all the way they can go, but they're very high. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get the strings. I'm going to put them on, line this up. I'm not going to film back because it's just going to be tedious, and you'll see it in a sec. Once I've got where the bridge needs to be with the strings on, I'll come back and I'll show you where I am. So, I'll see you in a sec. Okay, people tube. So I've got the bridge where it needs to be. Very, very, quite simply, I've just kind of like put the strings through, pulled them, and kind of got it lined up. And I've marked it with 2 bits of masking tape. So if it goes, oh no, I am lost where I need to be. It just needs to come back here. Job's a good one. And I do think we have enough clearance. I think I can wind these saddles up enough to get them to the right height. So I'm gonna go for it. Now, this is not an easy decision to make at all, but I am gonna go for it, people tube. So we're gonna, well, I say it's the point of no return, but it's not really, because we can always go back and fill the holes and whatnot. One thing I do need to do before I drill this and fits this to the body is add an earth wire, though, because there isn't one anymore. The earth wire would come back here initially, come out the control cavity here, come out here, and be grounded off onto the tremolo plate that was originally mounted here. We don't have that anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach an earth wire to the jack socket here, where the original one was, and run it from basically under into this cavity under here, and basically just like stick it out here, and just have it grounded off underneath there like that. So at least the guitar will be grounded, which is very important. So I'm going to do that first, and then drill the holes for the bridge. And then once the bridge is in situ, we'll get it strung up. I can't actually believe that I might have this strung up. I'm waiting for something to go wrong, people of YouTube. That's what's going on at this point in time. I am waiting for something to come along and go, but you didn't think about me, did you? And then we're back at square one again, which would be very, 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 very annoying. Right. Yeah, so we'll get an earth wire, get soldered onto here. God, that is a mess. I'm tempted to resolder the whole jack socket, but I think that's a job for another day right now. I think I'm going to leave it. and just get. I'm not that fussed. It works for something. I'm going to leave that for now. And what we'll do is we'll just get this earth wire done. And if that ever fails, I'll come back to it. I mean, in all fairness, this guitar isn't going to get like, you know, loads and loads of use. It's amazing how dusty things get just so quick. Yeah, it's not going to get loads and loads of use. So spending hours and hours on making the soldering look pretty is not really kind of like on my to-do list with this guitar. So let's get this earth wire installed, and I'll be back in a sec, people with tube, to basically drill the holes for the bridge. And then once the bridge is in and I'm happy with it, we'll get the strings on. I am a bit dubious about drilling into this wood because it's not particularly strong, and that's going to take a lot of tension, but we should be all right. We should be all right. I have faith. I have faith. So I need to get my soldering iron out, and go from there, basically. So see you in a sec, people tube. This is very exciting. Even though my voice is basically gone, and I can barely speak, and I can't show emotion as much as I would like to right now, this is actually very exciting because the idea, this guitar has just been sat in this state for, well, weeks now. And I've just been pondering what to do with it. And to actually be this close to kind of going, oh, it actually might make sound today, I might be able to actually play it, is very, very exciting. So let me get this earth wire installed and I'll see you in but a second. Okay, people tube, we have the bridge installed. It's on there. This guitar is an absolute nightmare to work on. Getting that earth wire soldered to that was a nightmare, but it's done. This bridge is in. It's in solid. The earth wire is underneath it, so it's grounded off. Hopefully I've got it set wired to the right output of that. The guitar still works. So now we need to string it up. Look how good that bridge looks. Come on. Focus, there you go. There's a lot of damage down here though, people with tube. You can see, like, you know, it's never going to be a pretty one, this one, but, you know, as long as it works, that's all I really care about. I still love the B&Q light switches. They're still cool. Anyway, let's get it strung up and see how it does under tension. Again, it is going to be low tension because it's basically B standard. So there isn't going to be like loads and loads and loads of tension on this thing, but there's still going to be a fair bit. So we need to make sure it's not just going to rip out the body as soon as we get tension on it. So next thing you'll see, people with tube, is strings on this thing. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, people with tube, the bridge is on. It is actually strung up. There was enough height in the saddles, I can get it above the neck. It does need a fret level of what frets there actually are on this thing. As you can see, the frets are very low, but I think I have been told by a very reliable source that for a baritone guitar you don't want high frets anyway, because it makes it more prone to bending the strings out of tune. So I am going to fret level this at some point, not today. Putting that earth wire in has given me the annoyance of a lifetime. I'm kind of not interested right now. But we are strung up. The high B string, the string length from the saddle to the machine head is humongous. Basically, like, there was about this much string left on the end. But at this point in time, it's strung up. It's relatively in tune. It's holding, let's put it that way. Like I say, I'm going to plug it in a sec. I haven't plugged this in yet, other than just basically to check the electronics still work. But I haven't plugged it in to actually play it yet. I only, once I got the earth wire attached, I tapped the pickups and made sure the selectors worked, and it made noise, and it did. So hopefully that's still there. This bridge has gone really well. It's been very easy to attach, and it looks really good. I love the way this looks, especially with the brass saddles. Looks really good. They are very high. I don't know if I'll be able to get the phone. Yeah, you can kind of see they are relatively high, but they're not. They're about halfway up on the grub screw thread, so they're not too bad. The action's relatively high as well. If I can get down here, yeah, you can kind of see I have the option to go higher, I have the option to go lower. So we are spot on, POTT. I'm very, very happy, although my voice probably doesn't come across that way. String alignment, I'm really happy with as well. I hope you can kind of see that. I'm really chuffed. I think I got that pretty small. Just check out the frets, though, people. Let me just come around here. Just check out this fretwork, though, because it's just hysterical. Look how much shorter that fret is to this one. And none of them are even. Absolutely none of these frets are even. And it makes for a bit of a nightmare. It's character building at the end of the day. I'm not sure if this is the original nut or not. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's doing its job right now. Yeah. It's strung up. It's holding. It hasn't collapsed and fallen on itself yet. I'm just going to winch up the pickups because they're miles away from the strings, and these pickups are super low output, so we want them fairly high-ish. And then what I'm going to do, POTT, is plug it in, and we're going to hear what this thing actually sounds like for the first time in God knows how long this thing's actually going to play. I'm really chuffed with this. I'm really chuffed with that bridge. I really, really like it. So, without further ado, let me just keep retuning it a few times. I'll get the pickups raised up, and then we'll plug it in. I'm a bit, there's parts of me that are really excited, and there's parts of me that are absolutely terrified this thing's just going to collapse under the tension of the strings. But we'll find out anyway. I'm going to put the tube. So here we go. It's still holding tune. The bridge has not fallen off the guitar yet. So that's a good sign. When was the last time this guitar was plugged in? Who knows? Let's get a plectrum. Oh, crikey. If I can even get a plectrum. But yeah, here we go, POTT. This is the Telescope Baritone, well, long scale guitar. Plug it, making noise for the first time in... Well, who knows? Who knows? So we're going to start with everything off. I don't know how this thing works yet. Got the pickups fairly high. The action's actually not bad. The neck is humongous on this thing. Like I say, that F is just like evil. I've got to say, intonation-wise, having the intonatable saddles is pretty spot on. When it's in tune, of course. So, boss guitar, here we go. So, I can't remember what pickup that is. Net pickup. Net pickup works, so bridge pickup, I'm guessing. Don't know exactly what I expected in the bridge pickup, to be fair. Really kind of honky because of where it is in relation to the bridge. Technically, I mean, it should be back like here somewhere, but because it's there, it's kind of giving you a bit more of a kind of like position 2 on a Strat kind of sound. Really needs a fret level. Okay, so that's a volume. That's like a volume as well. Now I'm really confused. What you seem to have here, people at YouTube, is failure to communicate. No, but it is on my part because I can barely speak. But you seem to have like a master volume here. So that's a master volume. That so it kills the guitar, turns it up. This one is like a volume boost. So it's got an inbuilt like volume jump in the guitar. But that's all the way down. Listen to it go up. cool. That is very cool. I didn't know it did that. Dead frets. So both pickups together. That's a cool sound. Really cool. By the way, I haven't stretched the strings either. I'm just literally just leaving it as it is right now. Okay, so what does this switch do? It's a high pass basically. When it's down, you get more low end. When it's back like this, you get less. So this is more bass. Less bass. You can really hear a difference there. Why do you need more bass on this thing? It's insane. I love that net pickup. The fact this thing works is a testament to these guitars because, like I say, I haven't touched the wiring. The only thing I've added is an earth wire, which, to be honest with you, it's relatively quiet as well. I've got loads more gain now. Fret job needed ASAP. I mean, the frets are rubbish. They really are. They're all over the place. They're higgledy-piggledy. But the guitar, it works, man. It sounds great. Let's put distortion on it, shall we? Let's go to panel. Turn that up. It works, people of YouTube. I love it, but I keep going for a volume control that's not there. Oh, listen. Hello. Neck there. So I've turned the volume boost off here. Actually, I don't think it's a volume boost, actually. I think it's just two independent volumes. You can balance them however you want. There's actually a red line on them. So basically this is like a unity. Not used to the scale length. Well, I think I went there for the G. I know it's not a G, but you know, semantics. I just realised this nut could do with being cut as well. Wow, terrible. Yeah, I need to cut the nut down substantially. But I love it, people of YouTube. With the frets leveled off, if not a refret, the nut cut, this thing's going to be a beast. If the bridge doesn't collapse first and fling out the guitar. It's in there pretty solidly, though, to be honest with you, POTT. I didn't pull my punches when I was screwing the thing in, I can tell you that. It's very, very in there. And it feels pretty solid. It really does. I mean, my only concern is, like I say, this isn't real wood, it's plywood. So will that give up over a period of time with strings on it? I don't know. I don't want to hazard to say at this point in time. But either way, it lives and it works. And the fact that this gorgeous instrument was found in a bin defies belief. I am still thinking of refinishing it, by the way. I didn't mention that in the first video, I don't think. But I don't know. I think I might fill the holes with some filler. Like fill all the holes and respray it a different colour. I have a really nice green paint that I'm really tempted to spray the thing green with. Just the body though, the neck, I will keep. I don't know though. What do you reckon, POTT? Because I'm 50-50 on it. Part of me wants to respray it, part of me wants to keep the original kind of refin. Because this isn't the original colour, this is a refin. It's been painted black. They did a very good job, I'll be honest. You know, in a way, I kind of don't want to lose all the holes and the mankiness down here. I don't know. I'll muse upon it, and I'll say I'll be curious to read your comments. Anyway, POTT. I love it. It's an ambient machine, man. Right. It's just a beast. I cannot wait to get the frets leveled, the nut cut, because the action's a little bit too high. It's not horrific. In all fairness, I can be quite happy with it right now, but we can make it better. And if we can make it better, surely we should. But yeah, there we go, PeopleTube. There you go. That's the Teisco Baritone long scale guitar from 1964. They only made these things for 1 year. And like I say, my friend Lee found this in a bin. Blows your mind, doesn't it? You know, imagine it was like a 59 Les Paul in a bin somewhere. Anyway, I need to get strap buttons as well. This thing has no strap buttons. It is interesting to me that at some point this has been played lefty as well. There's a strap hole button here. In all fairness, there's strap hole buttons all over this thing. There's one there, there's one there, there's one here. You know, it's been substantially used, let's put it that way. So once I get the frets leveled and the nut cut, I think it'll be really, really nice. I mean, it's nice now, but you can feel the strings are all over the chip shop. They're not level by any stretch of the imagination. And they need to be for a guitar like this. Like I said, I don't mind the low frets with a guitar like this because it's less kind of like when you're pressing down, you can't bend it out of tune. Like with high fret guitars and like, you know, big strings, you can bend them out. You can still do that on this guitar. You know, you almost get like a semitone bend out of it just by pressing too hard. And I wasn't really putting too much pressure on there. So so to level these frets isn't a big issue, you know what I mean? I don't think I'll be taking loads off them anyway. Yeah, I'm still blown away that there's a pole piece missing as well there. And the neck pickup actually picks that string up quite well. I thought it would be very, very, very weak, and it just isn't. Anyway, I'm going to leave this for a few weeks now. So, I'm going to take my time. Well, I'm just going to let it settle, basically, and we'll see what happens with this. If this completely collapses, I'll do a video and I'll show you. But I'm going to leave it for, a good while. I'd say maybe even a month. Just see what happens. Play it. I'll fret level it. I'll sort the nut out, and just see where it is in about a month's time. So you probably won't see anything from this guitar for quite a while now, PeopleTube. But if it behaves itself, I will get a full review and demo done of it. Because it's great. And again, the fact it was in a bin is just painful. You know, it's a vintage instrument. It's a bit of history, this is, because like I said, we only made them for a year. Let's get that snark off the headstock. So we only made these things for a year. 1964, these things were made. That was it. They never made them again. And like I say, I'm really happy with the Telecaster half bridge. I'm just checking quick if I can get. I mean, I can't get my plectrum under it, which means it hasn't raised yet. And I say yet because it very possibly could. I don't know. We will find out in the future. I also need to find some more screws as well to hold these plates down, because they are actually vibrating as I play. I can kind of feel them moving. So yeah, I need to get some plates to that. Other than that, there's not much else to say, PeopleTube. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. I hope the sound came across okay. We are on phone cam today because I can get in really close with phone cam. But let me know what you thought in the comment section below. And, you know, have you ever seen one of these things before? Because I didn't even know they existed. I honestly didn't know Teisco ever did a long scale baritone guitar. I really didn't. I really wish the Sunburst was still on it, because like it would have been fantastic to have the original Sunburst. Sadly, it's not, and sadly, it's not under the black either. I've looked. Yeah, it's a shame that that's been done, but you know, it's all part of its history. Like I say, I'm tempted to refin it, but at the same time, there's a lot of me that wants to kind of just keep it in present state. I just love that you can see through the body where somebody put bolts through it. Yeah, it wears its wear with pride. This thing does. It really does. So maybe it's wrong to refin it. What do you reckon, people? Let me know in the comment section below. I still don't understand why there was a 5-bolt neck, because only these 4 go into the neck. That one doesn't do anything. It just goes in. I don't really understand why that's there. I do need to find a screw for it though. There's another thing about the nut as well. It's really hard to play open chords in tune because the strings are all over the place, so it's quite hard to play in tune up here. But it's cool. It's intonatable as well, which I have done. It's intonated, so we're okay there. You know, it's pretty. You know, it's pretty spot on, to be honest with you. Not bad. I mean, for a Tysco, for that to sound in tune, I mean, the frets are knackered, but you know, these guitars were never designed for you to go anywhere near these frets, so for that to be in tune is pretty cool. So yeah, there we go, people tube. That's the part 2 done on the Tysco Baritone from 1964. Like I said, let me know your comments in the, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. This is the VN2 model, by the way. If anyone was wondering what the model of this guitar is, it's the VN2. And like I said, they only made them in 1964. And this is basically 85% original, I would say. Like I said, the bridge is now new. Obviously, the body's been refinned. I think the nut's been replaced. I don't know. I'm on the fence with that one. Original pickups there, original wiring, original pots, original switches, original capacitors. I love these things. I love these things. And this one is definitely a weirdo. Will I keep this for the rest of my life? I don't know. We'll see where we go with it. But it's definitely a weirdo guitar, and it's definitely got, I'll tell you what, this has a movie soundtrack in it. Did I turn the amp off? No, I did that. I'm an idiot. Just picture like I don't know, a lone person walking down a highway in the Nevada desert. Very, very hot. Sun's beating down. He comes to a rise. And he sees me. Anyway, silliness aside, this thing is ace, and it sounds great, and I love the fact it actually works. And I had to do the electronics because I hate soldering. Soldering the earth wire was more soldering than I ever want to do in my life. No, I'm joking, but I do hate soldering. It's not something I ever really enjoy doing. So anyway, people tune, what do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm going to go before I just keep talking nonsense, and I can barely talk, so I should really shut up. So thank you very much for watching. Goodbye now. See you again. Oh, and by the way, if you like this channel, like what I do here, please consider becoming a patron at Patreon. Links to that in the description box below, as well as other links in there. And yeah, see you again soon.